Hello and welcome back to the channel. We have a singles match for you here today. So it's actually a rematch of a match previously on the channel where I'll be playing Rick, who I co-captained the 18 plus 4-0 team with. So this match in particular was just to get out there, play some more tennis, but there were some extenuating circumstances related to the match and some controversy, which I'll explain as we get into the match and at the end. So hope you enjoy and I'll see you at the end.
All right, welcome into the match. We have, again, a singles match. I'm on the front court there in the yellowish orange, and then Rick is on the far court serving. So, yeah, a lot of things went into this match here today. So we were just going out, having some fun, playing some singles. But I stupidly scheduled a UTR match right before this. So literally, I played an hour and a half long singles match right before this, drove to this match in about 10 minutes, and pretty much 15 minutes after I finished my first match, I went into this one. So maybe I was overzealous on kind of thinking I could handle two singles matches in a row, but we'll see how it goes throughout. And then when we get towards the end of the match, something took place that I'll speak to once we get to it and kind of change the trajectory of kind of how this match went. But starting off here, I get the break, which is huge. Again, you want to start with that scoreboard pressure on very early. So we've seen this matchup on the channel before. This was the only 6-0, 6-0 victory I've had on the channel. So really wanted to at least come away with a victory. You know, it's hard to double goose egg somebody at least twice, and especially with somebody that I know so well. Rick and I have played so many times before and played together, so we know each other's game very well. So he knows my game well, and I know his game well, so you can't fully expect a lopsided match from there. But both of us, again, are not truly singles players, and we are just kind of doing our best to rediscover our forehands and be more consistent playing. So that's really the goal for this matchup, is just to bring some consistent forehands and some consistent play and go from there. So looks like I got broke to start off too. So, you know, starting off on equal footing there. You never want to start off with a break, but what can you do? All right, well, let's let this match play out a little bit, and I will come back in as usual. All right, so after a couple holds, I was able to come away with the break there. So again, very, very close matchup. I think we're seeing each other playing relatively good points together, just not able to fully convert exactly when we need to at times, but that's to be expected at our level. So my mentality coming into this matchup is just to get every ball back in play. The big problem Rick has, especially with his forehand, is consistency and rally tolerance. So as we saw in the first matchup when we played, I basically just had to get a couple balls back to him, and I could bank on a ball being an error and going up. This match so far that we're seeing is not necessarily the case. We're seeing improved rally tolerance, and really Rick is doing a pretty good job with his forehand. So, and I get broke again. And I think what I'm seeing from what I remember in this match is I'm definitely feeling the repercussions of playing a match right before this. I'm definitely not physically in the spot I would like to be. So each ground stroke and each rally is more of a grind on me, and I'm feeling it quite a bit. That being said, I'm staying in the match pretty well, and it's 3-all, so I'm obviously doing something all right, but just trying to imagine what this match may have been like if I would have been fresh for it, and not to say that the result would be much different, at least so far in the match, but definitely even from early on in this match, I remember, having to catch my breath much quicker than usual and really struggling and feeling it at this point. So not ideal, but fighting through it, and I still feel like I have a pretty good chance to come away with this one at this point in the match. But Rick is definitely showing a lot more fight than the last matchup we had, and being a much stronger opponent. And that's a rough way to end a set. I think I dropped 3 straight games there, getting broke there, to lose the first set 4-6. So kudos to Rick for kind of definitely upping his game and, you know, being the more consistent player there at the end. But at this point, I'm very frustrated, a lot with my fitness again, having just played the match before. You know, I don't like being tired during a match, especially early on in a match. So I'm really kind of frustrated about that, but feeling like I can still be pretty consistent in this match and get back into it. So starting off, Love 30 here up in his service game, but dump a ball into the net. So I'm just telling myself, all right, let's reestablish, let's get back to being super consistent. Let's see if Rick can truly sustain a full match of being a more consistent player and test his limits there. Especially the forehand side, typically that will break down. So I definitely want to see, can he continue to do that? And I get the break right there. So testing the forehand quite a bit, so we can see the strategy playing out pretty live as I'm talking about it. But yeah, really just want to start off this set fast and build up a lead so I don't have to worry too much moving forward in it. Come on! You fucking kidding me? All right, so I get a big hold there, so up for 2 at this point. And again, feeling pretty good about this strategy. I'm still feeling pretty tired at this point in the match, but feeling like I have good control about what's going on and working my way up to the net and making the error there, which is to be expected. For some reason, again, volleying at the net in singles doesn't work nearly as well as it does for me at doubles. So I don't know, it must be a mental block thing at this point, because I know physically I can hit the volleys, but it just never works out for me in singles for some reason. So really want to, again, build up that scoreboard pressure and really get a break here to apply that pressure. But Rick gets the hold, so we are at up 4-3, so still up the break, but need to do everything I can to really maintain that moving forward here. Okay, so at this point in the match, I think is when the controversy hit. So in my frustration there, getting broke, I sent a couple balls back to the back wall, which apparently is definitely a trigger point for Rick. So we got into kind of a verbal exchange a little bit right after this particular game. And it really changed the trajectory for me, at least, for the rest of the match. Obviously I felt bad about what happened, but was just really out of it after the exchange. You can see kind of Rick being very rushed and kind of putting up a loose service game because he was mad about the exchange that took place. So right at this exchange is when we had kind of a tiff, and at this point I just kind of want to be done with the match, but I'm not going to fully just throw it away at this point. But yeah, it was definitely awkward. We have since figured it out and are cool, but this definitely threw a weird monkey wrench into the match. All right, so we are going to play the 10-point tiebreaker to determine the winner. But again, at this point in the match, I'm just basically ready to be done. I think I fight some here and play a little bit different game. So let's see what the end results end up being, and we'll see at the end.
All right, so I ended up losing the match in the third set tiebreak, which is unfortunate. But again, all those circumstances, I had just previously played a full match literally right before this match. And then that kind of confrontation Rick and I had just really changed the mix and momentum of the match at the end. So yeah, to be honest, in that tiebreak, there were some grindy points, but towards the end, I was just trying to hit the ball as hard as I can and see if a winner will happen. I really ended up not fully caring whether I was going to win or lose. I just wanted to leave. But we have since resolved the issue, so all is well there. So I hope you enjoyed the match. Again, please like, comment, subscribe if you can on the video. Really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next one. All right, just get out there and play tennis.